Things between Justin and Hailey Bieber have taken a sudden turn, and it's got everyone talking. For a while now, fans have been suspicious about their relationship. Whether it was strange moments on the red carpet or people breaking down every little interaction between them, something always felt off. The chemistry didn't seem right, and now things are getting even more confusing. What they're saying is catching everyone off guard. It turns out Hailey might have been struggling behind the scenes this entire time. All those quiet glances and stiff body language that people brushed off. Fans are now going back, rewatching old clips and noticing the small details they missed before. It's like they're finally putting together a puzzle that always had missing pieces. And it's becoming more obvious that Hailey could have been silently dealing with a lot while the world assumed everything was fine. Some believe she's been holding in her emotions and is now reaching a breaking point. All that effort to keep things calm in public might have been hiding the pressure she's been under because of Justin. Not too long ago, no one was even focusing on their marriage. The headlines were all about Justin's mental health. He was showing up online looking drained, spaced out, and completely lost. Fans were genuinely worried about him. Then came the twist. Kendall and Kylie Jenner reportedly tried to stage an intervention, but it wasn't for Justin directly. It was for Hailey. They wanted to get Justin help before things got worse. When Hailey was asked about it, she played it down and said Justin was just dealing with a few small issues. She made it sound like everything was under control. But even back then, something didn't feel right. Her calm response didn't seem genuine. It felt more like she was trying to protect him than actually expressing concern. Looking back, she was protecting him, even when it hurt her. If your closest friends feel the need to intervene, that's not a small thing, it's serious. And after that, more things started falling apart. One moment in particular that stood out was a clip from rapper Sexy Red's birthday party. Justin was seen laughing, dancing, and enjoying himself completely. No stress, no awkwardness, just a guy having fun. The difference in his mood was impossible to ignore. One fan commented, "Why does he seem happier with Sexy Red than with his own wife?" And surprisingly, Sexy Red responded, saying, "Justin is always just as happy with Hailey." Some thought she was just trying to avoid drama, but fans weren't convinced. Justin's body language told a different story. He seemed totally at ease, and it didn't match how he usually acts around Hailey. Another fan added, "If he behaves like this in public, what must he be like in private?" That comment got a lot of attention because it made people realize this wasn't just about one event. It was part of a bigger pattern that's been showing for a while. It's always the women who get the blame. Now fans are finally pushing back. One comment that went viral said, "Justin kept both Selena and Hailey in his life like backups. He's never been held accountable." That hit hard for a lot of people. For years it's been painted like Justin was stuck in the middle of two women, but maybe he wasn't stuck at all. Maybe he was the one keeping things messy on purpose. What if he was keeping Selena just close enough to cause confusion? That's not love, it's manipulation. More and more people are seeing the same pattern now. Justin seems to be at the center of the emotional damage both women have shown the world. You don't have to be a relationship expert to see something's off. Just watch how Hailey acts around him. She looks tense, like she's always trying to say the right thing. That's not a healthy dynamic. And now that her close friends are reportedly speaking up, everything is starting to make sense. People close to her are saying she's been trying to keep everything together for a long time. She's been staying quiet, defending Justin, and doing her best not to create more drama. But now it looks like that silence has taken a toll. Fans are noticing the change. Her expressions, her energy, it all feels different now. She seems distant, worn out, and disconnected. And it's clear she's been carrying the weight of it all for far too long. Now, let's talk about the actual moments caught on camera. Because Justin hasn't just seemed distant, some of his actions have been outright disrespectful, and there's video evidence to back it up. One clip that still gets people heated is from 2020. Justin and Hailey are seen getting out of a car. He jumps out first and slams the door behind him without even looking back. Hailey follows quietly, almost like she's used to it. She even apologizes softly. Fans were stunned. Why was she the one saying sorry when he shut the door in her face and walked off like she didn't exist? Paparazzi started taking photos. Most people would stay close to their partner in that kind of chaos, be protective even. She ended up tripping and falling, trying to keep up with him. He didn't turn around, didn't stop, didn't even seem to notice. She picked herself up, clearly embarrassed, and tried to brush it off, but people noticed. It looked like she wasn't just being left behind physically, she was being emotionally left behind, too. And just when fans thought it couldn't get any more awkward, another clip popped up. In it, Justin says to Hailey, "If you weren't so hot, I would have gotten rid of you a long time ago." She didn't laugh or smile, genuinely just gave a forced, uncomfortable grin like she'd heard that line before. Fans weren't laughing either. One viewer said, If someone says the only reason they're with you is because of your looks, that's not a relationship. That's emotional control. It's hard to argue with that. Another moment that sticks with people happened when they were leaving an event. Cameras flashing, fans cheering, exactly the type of setting you'd expect a loving couple to hold hands or at least walk side by side. But Justin chose a separate path. Literally. He turned away from Hailey and walked off alone. No smile, no hand-holding, nothing that would show warmth or care. It looked more like he was trying to avoid her than walk with her. People watching that footage felt secondhand embarrassment. It didn't just feel cold, it felt intentional. There was also a time Hailey dropped by Justin's studio while he was working. You'd think he'd be happy to see her, maybe take a break to talk. But instead, he snapped at her for interrupting him. His tone wasn't annoyed, it was ice cold, like she was bothering him just by being there. She wasn't being loud or dramatic. And the way he spoke to her didn't sound like a husband, it sounded like someone irritated by a stranger. "Does this look like a playground to you?" he said, brushing her off completely. That kind of tone speaks volumes about how he views her presence. Then there's the arcade video. What should have been a lighthearted moment turned sour fast. Hailey beat Justin in one of the games, and instead of laughing it off, he got upset. He raised his voice, saying he wasn't even trying, and then muttered, "I let you win, baby." The energy instantly shifted. You could see the tension on Hailey's face. She didn't argue or respond, just shrank back, like she was used to it. That nervous silence she falls into. Insights into their relationship actually came from Justin himself. In an interview, he said he thought marriage would fix him. He admitted he believed getting married would solve all his problems, but instead, it led to an emotional breakdown. He also shared that he expected more from Hailey than he gave in return, and that raised a red flag for many people. You can't walk into a marriage expecting your partner to heal you. That kind of pressure isn't fair to anyone. It's not love, it's emotional dependency. And let's not forget one of the most controversial clips, the Las Vegas video from July 2021. Justin and Hailey were leaving a club, and the footage shows him looking like he's yelling at her in front of a crowd. Some tried to defend it, saying he was just excited, but most people didn't buy that explanation. It looked like tension, it looked like stress, and Hailey, she looked small, like she just wanted to disappear. Then there's a live stream that still makes the rounds online. Just being playful. And how did he respond? "Don't touch me right now." He said it flatly, without a hint of warmth. Hailey immediately backed off, saying she thought he was joking. But Justin wasn't joking. The tone was sharp, and the mood instantly dropped. He tried to explain it away later, saying those moments just happen sometimes. But fans weren't convinced. All these incidents, no matter how small they may seem, start to add up. Each one paints a clearer picture. It's not just one bad moment. It's a pattern where Hailey shows up, offers affection, tries to be present, and Justin shuts her out, mocks her, or walks away. Watching her reaction in each of these situations, it becomes harder to ignore the quiet sadness in her eyes, the way she forces a smile, or stays silent when it's obvious she's uncomfortable. And this isn't about blaming him for one or two things, it's about recognizing behavior that repeats itself again and again. Fans are no longer just brushing it off as awkwardness or bad timing. They're seeing something deeper. They're noticing how often Hailey is the one making an effort, while Justin either doesn't respond or does the exact opposite. People aren't just guessing anymore, they're connecting the dots. And those dots are starting to form a pretty troubling picture of what this relationship might really be like behind closed doors. That "don't touch me right now" moment wasn't just about needing space, it became a symbol of something much bigger. Justin later tried to explain it away, saying he was overwhelmed and needed a second to breathe. But most fans weren't buying it. To them, it sounded like just another excuse for brushing Hailey off in a public way. And seriously, if you can't even show affection to your own wife during a calm, relaxed live stream, what does that say about how things are going behind closed doors? Then came the Lyme disease Q&A session. Someone asked Justin a question, and when Hailey tried to jump in and help answer it, Justin snapped with, "She was asking me," then followed it up with a sarcastic, "Listen here, woman." The whole thing was caught on camera, and it didn't sit right with viewers. It came off as rude and unnecessary, especially considering it happened in front of an audience. Hailey was clearly just trying to support him, but he shut her down. With a tone that made people uncomfortable, the awkwardness didn't stop there. Remember that 2020 Ellen interview? Justin laughed while telling the world that their marriage was basically arranged by Hailey's dad. It was supposed to be funny, but the way he said it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. It didn't sound like someone proudly talking about how they fell in love. It sounded like he was minimizing their relationship, making it seem like something he just agreed to, not something he truly wanted. That moment left fans questioning if Justin ever really wanted to be married or if he just felt pressured into it. Then the holidays came around, and instead of sweet photos and couple vibes, we got cryptic social media posts full of tension. Justin posted an Instagram story featuring the song Bed by Jay Holiday, a track about casual relationships and no emotional connection. Fans immediately noticed it felt completely off for a married man to post something like that. Just hours later, Hailey responded with her own post using lyrics from 30 for 30 Freestyle by Drake and Kendrick Lamar, a song about strained relationships and emotional distance. That alone would have been enough to spark rumors, but it got worse. Justin dropped another post, this time hinting at co-parenting, something that made fans stop in their tracks. People started wondering if there was a child involved or if it was just his way of saying they were growing apart. Either way, the message was clear. Something wasn't right. Hailey then posted another story featuring the song CS, What Do I Do, which is about being cheated on and feeling completely lost afterward. That's when speculation really kicked in. Fans started connecting the dots and wondering if Hailey was subtly hinting that Justin had been unfaithful again. Then she suddenly went on a girls' trip to the Caribbean with Lori Harvey. From the outside, it looked like a fun, relaxing vacation. Hailey was glowing, living her best life. But something was missing. There were no signs of a baby, no family moments, no pictures with Justin, just solo vibes all around. That's when fans started paying closer attention. It didn't feel like a break from the noise. It felt like distance, like she was slowly pulling away from her marriage and maybe even preparing for something bigger, like a separation. And then, out of nowhere, Justin's father, Hailey Bieber, made a post on social media that had everyone doing double takes. He wrote, "I've never known a parent that said I wish I didn't have a child." Now, maybe it had nothing to do with Justin or the situation with Hailey, but with all the recent tension, breakup hints, and cryptic posts, fans couldn't help but see it as a subtle jab. Some even thought Jeremy was throwing shade at his own son, suggesting Justin might be struggling with fatherhood, regretting how things have gone down with Hailey and whatever's going on between them. Whatever the real story behind that post, was the timing was bad? Really bad. It added fuel to a fire that was already out of control, and it only made Justin's public image look even worse. Between the car door moments, uncomfortable live streams, arguments caught on camera, and now, family members posting strange things online, it's becoming harder and harder for fans to ignore the obvious signs that something has been off in this marriage for a long time. For years, people have painted Hailey as the villain, the one who got in the way of Justin and Selena, the mean girl of the internet, the one fans loved to hate. But now, those same fans are starting to take a step back and rethink everything. What if she was never the problem? What if Hailey was just someone trying to hold together a relationship that was falling apart from the inside? What if she was trying to stay loyal, stay supportive, and be there for someone who never truly did the same for her? The more footage that surfaces, the more old interviews people revisit, and the more subtle signs get picked apart by fans, the more it looks like Hailey has been holding in a lot, maybe too much. And now that things are coming to light, whether through friends speaking out, cryptic social media posts, or just fans paying closer attention, it's becoming harder to ignore. Hailey's been quiet, but her silence has said more than words ever could. You can see it in her expressions, in her body language, in the energy she brings to the few public appearances they still do together. No one knows exactly how this will play out. Maybe they'll try to fix it. Maybe it's already over behind the scenes, but one thing is clear. The image of a happy couple they tried to show the world is cracking, and people are finally starting to see the real story hiding behind it. For now, all anyone can do is watch as it unfolds. It's clear this story is far from finished. If you want to keep following the latest updates as this gets even messier, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think is really going on between Justin and Hailey? Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.